Hey guys, hope you're all doing great. I'm Hoodie, and today we're gonna check out some Reddit stories together. And if you enjoy listening to Reddit stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Some stories aren't about bad people doing terrible things. They're about good intentions that quietly turn into regret. I came across this story on Reddit, and it stayed with me longer than most. It's about family, loyalty, and the moment. I used to believe that keeping a secret to protect someone was an act of love. I don't believe that anymore. This started almost 10 years ago, when my family went through the hardest period of our lives. My younger brother was in serious trouble. He was still in college, reckless, immature, and desperate to prove himself. One night, he made a mistake that should have ruined his future. He was driving drunk. No one was hurt, but he crashed into a parked car and panicked. He called me before he called anyone else. I remember his voice shaking on the phone, repeating my name over and over, saying he was scared and didn't know what to do. When I got there, the police hadn't arrived yet. I made a decision in that moment that I thought was the right one. I told him to leave. I said I would handle it. I took responsibility for the accident. I told the police I had been driving. I thought I was saving him from destroying his life before it even started. My parents never questioned it. They thanked me. They said I was being a good older sibling. My brother promised me it would never happen again, that he would change. For a while, I believed him. Years passed. He graduated, got a good job, started a family. Everyone talked about how responsible he had become, how lucky we were that one stupid mistake hadn't followed him forever. I carried that secret alone. Every family dinner, every holiday, every time someone praised him, I felt it sitting in my chest. Heavy but manageable. I told myself it was worth it. Then, last year, I got a call that shattered everything. My brother had been arrested again. This time, it wasn't a minor accident. Someone was seriously injured. And when I heard the details, my stomach dropped. He had been drinking. Again. That was the moment I finally understood something I had avoided for years. By protecting him the first time, I hadn't saved him. I had taught him that someone else would clean up his mess. At the hospital, while our family waited for updates, my parents were in shock. They kept saying the same thing over and over. This doesn't make sense. He's not like this. I almost told them the truth. I almost told them that this wasn't the first time, that I had lied to protect him, that the version of him they believed in was built on my silence. But I didn't. The truth came out later, during the investigation. Records, timelines, things didn't add up. Eventually, the past resurfaced and the lie unraveled. When my parents realized what I had done years ago, they didn't yell. They were disappointed. That was worse. My brother doesn't speak to me anymore. He says I betrayed him by not protecting him again. My parents look at me differently now. Not with anger, but with a quiet sadness I don't know how to fix. I thought I was being selfless. I thought I was doing the right thing. But now I understand something painful. Sometimes, protecting someone from consequences doesn't save them. It just delays the damage. And sometimes, love isn't about shielding people from the truth. It's about letting them face it before it's too late. What stayed with me after reading this wasn't anger or shock. It was the realization that love doesn't always mean shielding someone from consequences. Sometimes the truth hurts, but avoiding it can hurt even more in the long run. This story is a reminder that doing what feels right in the moment isn't always the same as doing what's truly right. And sometimes, the hardest lesson we learn is this. You can't save someone by taking their mistakes away from them. If you were in their place, what would you have done? Would you protect the person you love, or let them face the truth before it's too late? The first story was about protecting someone you love, and realizing too late that it caused more harm than good. This next story explores the other side of that same question. What happens when you tell the truth, but the truth still doesn't set you free? I always believed that being honest would protect me, that as long as I told the truth, I wouldn't have anything to feel guilty about. I learned the hard way that honesty doesn't always lead to peace. This happened a few years ago, when my family was already falling apart. My parents were going through a quiet divorce. No shouting, no dramatic fights, just distance. The kind that settles in and makes everyone pretend things are fine when they clearly aren't. I was the only one who knew the real reason. My father was having an affair. He didn't tell me because he wanted advice. He told me because he needed someone to carry the weight with him. He said it was a mistake, that it didn't mean anything, that he still loved my mother. And then he made one request. He asked me not to tell her. He said telling the truth would destroy our family. He said my mother would never recover. He said I would be the one responsible for breaking her heart. I was stuck. If I stayed silent, I became part of the lie. If I spoke up, I would be the one who shattered everything. For months, I said nothing. I watched my mother blame herself for the distance between them. I watched her try harder, apologize more, and slowly lose confidence in herself. Every time she asked me if something was wrong, I felt my chest tighten. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. One night, after my father left the house, my mother sat at the kitchen table and cried. She said she didn't understand what she had done wrong. That was the moment I realized silence wasn't protecting anyone. I told her the truth. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't accuse my father. I just told her what I knew. The room went quiet. She didn't cry at first. She just stared at the table for a long time. Then she thanked me. Not loudly, not emotionally, just quietly. The fallout was immediate. My parents' divorce moved fast after that. My father was furious. He said I betrayed him, that I had no right to interfere. He stopped talking to me almost completely. My mother, on the other hand, became distant in a different way. She wasn't angry. She wasn't upset with me. But something changed. I wasn't her child anymore. I was the person who delivered the truth that ended her marriage. Family gatherings became uncomfortable. Conversations felt careful. Everyone knew what I had done, even if no one said it out loud. I became the reminder of a moment none of them wanted to revisit. Sometimes, late at night, I still wonder if I made the right choice. My mother eventually rebuilt her life. She's stronger now, more confident, but the relationship we had before never fully came back. My father and I barely speak, and I live with the quiet understanding that doing the right thing doesn't always bring people closer. Sometimes, it just changes where you stand forever. What stayed with me after reading this wasn't the affair or the betrayal. It was the realization that truth can be both necessary and isolating at the same time. Sometimes, telling the truth doesn't make you a hero. It just makes you the person everyone remembers for what came after. These stories remind us that there's no version of honesty without consequences. Only choices and the weight they leave behind. If you were in their place, what would you have done? Would you protect the truth, even if it meant losing the people you love?